Are you looking for a centerpiece fish that will stand out in your aquarium? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the top 8 centerpiece fish for small to medium-sized fish tanks. Make sure to stay around to the end of the video and consider subscribing as I do weekly aquarium videos that you might enjoy. So let's get started. First on the list, we have the dwarf gourami. Dwarf gouramis are amazing centerpiece fish with striking colors. They get to around 3.5 inches, which means a minimum tank size of at least 10 gallons. Dwarf gouramis are fairly easy to keep and they could be found in pretty much any fish store. They also get along fairly well with other peaceful species, which makes them a perfect centerpiece fish for community aquariums. So overall, dwarf gouramis are definitely worth considering as they're pretty nice fish. Next up, we have the German blue ram. German blue rams are one of the best looking fish in the aquarium hobby, and I guess their appearance says it all. I first saw these guys in a magazine, and at the time I was completely blown away. A few years later, after getting some of my own, I could definitely see why everyone liked them so much. Obviously, they're very colorful, they look absolutely stunning in a planted aquarium, but aside from appearance, they also have amazing personalities. You could keep these guys as solos or pairs. They're not very aggressive, although they can get a bit nippy sometimes. You also can't keep them with shrimp as they will go after those guys. But generally, 95% of the time, German blue rams are very peaceful fish. To sum everything up, they've got great colors, awesome personalities, and they create just an amazing centerpiece. Here you could see my male ram showing off to the female. It's quite interesting to see their breeding behaviors. The next fish on this list is also a ram, and this time it's the electric blue ram. Don't get these guys confused with the electric blue cara, as the two are totally different. Electric blue rams are slightly smaller than German blue rams, but they make just as good as a centerpiece. These guys have a distinct blue coloration, which I think looks great. If you keep them in a tank full of green plants, then their color is really going to stand out. Just like most other rams, they can get a bit territorial or aggressive when they're breeding, but they're mostly peaceful. So yeah, electric blue rams are very nice fish. They're pretty interesting and also easy to keep. If you're wondering, they originate from Colombia and Venezuela, just like the German blue rams and most other rams, mainly because of the tropical water areas as well as the habitats. Moving on to the fourth fish, we have the apistogramma. The apistogramma is a dwarf cichlid from South America, just like rams. There are tons of varieties of these fish, but all of them make a pretty good centerpiece in my opinion, with their vibrant colors. But it's really up for you to choose which one you like, as the care requirements are very similar. The most common ones in my area are the Apistogramma cacatoides, agassiz, and banshee. One thing to take note of is that they can get somewhat aggressive, especially when you're keeping a male and female together. With tetra and daniels they'll be fine, just don't keep them with shrimp because they will definitely go after those guys. But nonetheless, they're still an awesome centerpiece fish. Apistogrammas will create a stunning display, and with other community fish in the tank, these guys will really stand out. Number 5 on the list, we have angelfish. First off, I highly recommend keeping them in solos because in groups they need a really big setup and can easily get territorial and fight, whereas if you keep them single, they'll do fine in a 20 to 30 gallon aquarium. They grow to around 5 inches long, which is not too big but also not very small. Just like their name suggests, angelfish are kind of like angels sometimes. The way they swim is what I personally find most interesting. I just find it really satisfying to see the way their fins move in the water. It's so relaxing to watch. The ones I keep are Altum angelfish, which in my opinion are amazing, but there is also koi angels, black, albino. They come in many different varieties. Beautiful fish, looks amazing, like an angel in the aquarium. So number 6 on this list is the betta fish. Bettas are a fantastic centerpiece fish with amazing colors and patterns. This is especially true in males where they have much longer fins and display a lot more personality. Bettas are probably the easiest to find fish out of all the fish out there. Any store that has a fish section, 99% of the time they have these guys. Make sure to only get one because any more than that, the tank is going to be total chaos, especially if it's 2 males. If you plan on keeping them in a community aquarium, I wouldn't recommend choosing a male betta because of their aggressive nature. It might work out, but there's a lot of risks, especially if there's small fish or shrimp in the tank. I used to keep a female betta in a 20-gallon community tank, and she got along really well with all the other fish. So definitely females over males if you want to keep them with other fish, but keeping them alone, my top choice would be males. Unless you're trying to breed them, of course. If you plan to only get one, then I recommend a minimum tank size of 5 gallons. You're gonna hear a lot of people say, oh, you could keep these guys in bowls or 1 gallons, but let me tell you right now that that is not going to work for betta fish. It's just not very good for those guys, so a minimum of 5 gallons is definitely required. I haven't kept bettas in 2 years now, but I'm definitely looking to keep them again. Great centerpiece and beautiful fish in general. Number 7 on this list, we have the killifish, and these guys look so cool in an aquarium. They've got these beautiful patterns with various colorations all over their body. Most types of killifish grow to around 1.5 to 3 inches, so not very big. As for pricing, they shouldn't be too expensive, but it all depends where you live really. I've noticed they aren't as commonly found in pet stores as the other fish on this list, so they might be a bit harder to find. Killifish are compatible with most community fish, although they can get semi-aggressive sometimes. I would highly recommend adding lots of hiding spaces and live plants, as it makes them feel safe. Now onto the final centerpiece, we have the rainbow fish. Rainbow fish have stunning colors and amazing personalities, which makes them an awesome centerpiece choice. However, these fish can easily get territorial and aggressive during breeding season, so I wouldn't recommend keeping more than one male. Any more than that, they can get extremely hostile towards each other as well as other fish. Rainbow fish are generally pretty hardy and could tolerate a wide range of water parameters. Last thing to note is that they can get quite big, often getting to around 6 inches, so a minimum tank size of 30 gallons is required. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps grow our community and encourages me to put out better content. Thanks again, see you all next time.